Welcome back. Well, Man Industries, that's the next company on our radar. The company has received an approval for Shell Global for external, internal and concrete coating of steel pipelines in Gujarat. To understand more about this, we have Mr. Nikhil Manusukhani, who is the managing director of the company, who joins us on the show. Hi, Nikhil. Good morning and good to see you. Give us a few details about this deal that we have announced on the stock exchanges with Shell Global. You've got a pipeline coating contract as well, is what you've mentioned. You've got approval for that. Is this a new deal? Because Shell Global, I think, was already part of your client list, right?
Yeah, so Shell Global is a part of the client list, but basically this is the value-added service of coating. So there are multiple types of coating, but we were not qualified. And they have a recurring AVL, so every 5 years you need to get qualified again with them so that you can bid for the tenders which are coming for the future 5 years. So that had lapsed, and then we had to get additional coating services, which we have the CWC for the underwater pipelines. So we recently were doing the testing for all of those, and now we have got qualified for those additional three type of coatings as well.
Okay, all right. Do you all normally announce this, Nikhil? Because it seems to be pretty much normal course of business, right? They were a client, that 5-year renewal. So in the past as well, you all have announced it?
Yes, we have. Okay. And it's important, like, the likes of Total, Shells and Chevron, these are important for us because once we are on board their AVL, our bid book obviously increases, and then we can be more aggressive and try and get more orders from them. If you're not in the AVL, you don't even get the RFQ for the order. So that's why it's very good.
Got it. So, the renewal of this contract, if you could tell us, the last 5 years, what was the revenue that you got from Shell? And this renewal entails what in terms of incremental revenue, if at all?
So revenue for Shell in the last 5 years would be approximately, we've done one order, which would be approximately around $50 million. But then the coating bit was obviously lesser, would be approximately $10 to $12 million because that was pipe and coating. But what happens is there are a lot of new orders of Shell, which they are announcing and they're coming up with. And this was important so that we can bid for those orders. If we were not qualified, we won't be able to bid for those orders. So looking at the global market, it seems very important for us so that, we can bid at least for those orders.
This $50 million is over the last 5 years, right? So that's roughly 80 crore per year. And the next 5 years, what exactly could your bidding pipeline be? Because you said that now it enables you to bid a lot more. How much higher can it go? Could it be around 75? Could it be 100? Could it be 120?
So it's not a constant business that is given. This is probably one project. So we keep bidding, looking at where the projects of Shell are coming, and accordingly, we get the RFQ. We bid for that particular specific project, and if we get that project, it goes over 6 months to 1 year to 2 years completion. So you can't put an exact number, but we are bidding some projects of Shell right now. So we are hopeful that once we get that, then we can give you a better idea on that.
Okay, so 50 million in the last 5 years. Out of that, 10 to 12 million was the value-added products, which is the coating part of the business. And we can at least take it on board that the next 5 years will be far better than what you have done with Shell for the last 5 years. Yeah?
Correct. Yes.
Should we expect it in that vicinity of 70 to 80 million?
So we don't know. There are larger size orders also. So
could it be more than 100 million?
Yeah, it could be because there are multiple orders going on. So whichever one we go aggressive and get the order accordingly.
Okay. Do you want to put a amount of bid pipeline that you have with Shell, or it will be too speculative?
Not with Shell, it will be too speculatory, but overall the bid book is around 9 to 10,000 crores today.
9 to 10,000 crores.
Yeah, the order book is approximately 2,100 crores. Unexecuted order book as on date is around 2,100 crores. So company's outlook is quite good. We are looking at a growth platform of almost 20-25% this year as well. Last year, the top line grew approximately 40%. So the overall outlook looks quite positive, and quite a lot of projects which we are bidding. We are, quite close to and hopeful to get the orders as well.
So revenue growth of 20-25% is for FY25?
Yeah, for 25.
And you want to give us a brief number in terms of margins, because now you're entering, the ERW business, the seamless pipes business as well. Those are better margin businesses. So you want to put a number to that?
No, so we are an EBITDA approximately 10 to 11%. And ERW is obviously just started. We got the API approvals. We already got a certain amount of orders already in that, and we are going aggressive. But obviously, it's just started, so it will take its time and course. But we are pushing that business forward, and we've got a decent amount of order book already for that. The overall outlook looks quite positive for the company. Like I said, 20-25% for this year. The EBITDA margin will be very, very under control, such as between 10 to 11% even for this year.
What about Seamless? How much would that be as a percentage of your sales?
So Seamless is, we are putting the stainless steel Seamless plant, which is under construction yet. So that would not contribute to 24-25. It would contribute from 25-26.
Okay.
And how much?
It would contribute for the next year.
How much?
It's under construction currently. Between 800 to 1,000 crores of top line. The EBITDA of that business is different. It is almost between 15 to 20%.
Got it. Yeah, that's going to be the big kicker, right? The seamless pipe division, because that will boost up your margins as well. Give us a few more details. You were looking at, relocating a plant to the Middle East, I think so, if I got that correct. Could you give us further details about what are the plans with regard to the Middle East?
Yes, we have shortlisted. We have got the allocation. Once the final paperwork is done, we are starting the construction. We are shifting a couple of our plants from here to the Middle East because we see there's a bright future over there, and the next 10 years are looking quite good. And that would also optimize our utilization, which is very important, So that would give us a better overall outlook, and plus globally we will be placed. So there would be a much bigger kicker coming in for us for the next 2 years then.
So what exactly is the current capacity utilization? When it increases, what does it be?
So current capacity utilization is between 40 to 50%. And once the plants are shifted and they're operational in the Middle East, it will be approximately 65 to 75%.
No,
even
and
more.
What's the peak capacity once it increases? What's the peak revenue potential?
So peak revenue potential would be approximately a top line between around 7 to 8,000 crores.
Okay,
For
all
both
right.
the plants, for the India and the Middle East put together.
So the total revenue potential is 7 to 8,000 crores. This is for the year FY26.
No. For both put the plants together, for the Middle East as well as for India, the total outlook for the next 3 years, we could reach up to 9 to 10,000 crores of top line with these two plants.
So by FY27, then you should be at around 7 to 8,000 crores.
Correct. That's our target goal, and that's what we're focusing on. Correct.
Did we get that number correct? For FY27, it should be around 7 to 8,000 crores.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Couple of more details. Exports as a percentage of the mix. How much is it and where is it headed?
So majority is exports, almost 70-75% is exports. And most of the business is coming currently from the Middle East, a little bit from Africa, and also Far East.
All right. Just a couple of questions. One, because the fundraising that you recently did, promoter stake has come down. So what's your outlook on increasing the promoter stake further from here? And secondly, last year your cash flow from operations were negative. At what point do they turn positive?
They'll be positive this year.
They'll be positive this year. To what extent?
Positive this year. And also for the equity bit, every year we have, last 2 years, 3 years, we've always, every year we are issuing and buying equity almost 5%, which is the quota. So this year our target is the same. We will be buying 5% again very soon.
And Nikhil, those are the warrants, right? That will get converted.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good move actually out there because, the warrants would obviously at a sharp discount to the current price. So you'll definitely go ahead and put the remaining 75%. 25% I'm guessing you've already put on the table. And the remaining 75% is what you put. Just a final word, normally when we get you post numbers, we can't talk about this real estate part of the business as well. I understand that there are some cash flows that will come from there as well. Just tell us, where does that stand? How much will you get?
So we have a real estate asset in New Bombay, which we are removing. And the company is going to get approximately 500 crores over the next 5 years for that.
And is that the only real estate that you have, or is there more?
Yeah, that's the only real estate in the company left. So, and that also we are at the closure level now. So hopefully very soon we would be out of that. And then that cash flows will be coming in the company for the next 5 years.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Nikhil, for stopping by. You're sounding fairly optimistic about business. We're going to hold you at these numbers. You're changing your product mix. That's what's going to help you in terms of margin profile. By FY27, you get to 7,000 to 8,000 crores odd, and you're sounding reasonably confident on the bid book as well. Wish you the best, and we look forward to chatting up with you post your numbers.